Tell me about your shirt first.
Oh, and Rosalind bought it for my birthday, and I've never wore it before.
I came up with the name Adam, Adam being the first human being. I thought it apropos.
It was lovely. It was nice to have a baby. Yeah, I was really blessed.
You know, it's great to have, first kid. And so he was number one, and then Mike number two.
No, I remember when you guys were all getting born, Adam and I. We'll go in the hospital seeing you guys, and that was a good memory.
We used to dance around the house. It was nice.
Hey, my name is Mark Myers, and this video is about my brother Adam, who passed away last year in December of 2019. He was a great guy. He had his flaws, but those aren't the things that I remember. I only remember all the things that I miss about him, which are a lot.
He had a big smile.
I'd say the guy that's always smiling.
He was a nice man. He was considerate.
Intelligent,
Loving.
happy-go-lucky,
Bouncing in his step.
Generous, thoughtful,
I thought he was hilarious.
loves sports,
A thinker.
He was very smart.
spiritual, and a big brother.
Adam is Adam.
So life has forever changed for me, my family, his family. He left behind 2 young boys, and for all the people that he never even got a chance to meet for the second half of his life, everything is just different. So he suffered a head injury while kiteboarding in the Florida Keys shortly after his 49th birthday.
Yeah, so Adam would have turned 50 this past week.
So just over a month ago, I flew down to Florida to celebrate what would have been his 50th birthday with the rest of my family.
And so what we wanted to do is all come together, because that's what he would have wanted, and he would have wanted his cousins to all be together.
He was happy when children were happy.
We initially had big plans to do something memorable and very different, but because of COVID and all the restrictions, it kind of had to get pared down. So we decided to go on a diving trip down in Key West.
We always go out in Alamorada with my dad and his boat, and I wanted my dad to relax, enjoy himself, and have a captain and sit back and kind of get things taken care of.
We woke up early and were in the truck shortly after 6 a.m.
What time is it? 6:01.
My sister wasn't able to make it to Florida, so it was an adventure that my dad and 3 brothers were going on. We drove south down Highway 1 and saw the sun come up.
We're here.
My brother Adam was always up for an adventure. In fact, he was the one that was usually pushing us to go on them. He had a great memory and liked creating new memories and new experiences.
Like, when Adam was around, you're gonna be up for some kind of adventure. You're probably gonna have a little chaos in there, but then at the end it's gonna be really fun.
The last time I had gone diving, I believe was 10 or 12 years ago in the Bahamas when I went shark diving. That, of course, was my brother Adam's idea. So after arriving at the dive shop, we filled out the forms, jumped on the boat, checked our gear,
Nice.
and slapped on some sunscreen, signaling that we were
Good to go.
now it's time to head out to the open ocean.
He was very family proud. Nice brother.
He almost was like a father figure and a big brother in one.
Adam was like a second father to me.
Yeah, Adam was like a second dad to me.
He taught me how to drive.
Well, he loved sports,
Learned how to throw a baseball, football.
hockey practice, and play catch in the backyard, and hit balls to me all day long.
Adam was there just making sure all the mechanics were right. Where your feet were supposed to be, where your hand was, where your head was.
Even golf too, he helped me write my golf letters for scholarships. He helped me reach out to people to try and get into the right universities and colleges.
He always offered really good fatherly, brotherly advice.
He taught me a lot, and we worked well together.
So very, very fortunate to have him as a big brother.
Pops, have you ever done this before?
Today we were going to do something we had never done before, which was appropriate given that it was Adam's birthday.
It's a full breakaway, so when you shoot, yep, the shaft comes off, everything comes off. Okay. We're going to drift behind the boat. We're in like 90 or 100 feet of water. Luke's got the spear gun, and I think we dive down about 20 feet and try and spear the fish.
The plan was to drift with the current and attempt to spear a mackerel fish in about 100 feet of water without a tank. Apparently we were going to see the mackerel swim by and hopefully hit them with the spear gun. The spear had a rope on it and it was tethered to a buoy on top of the water. Once the mackerel was caught, apparently it was so fast and strong that it could like drag you or take away your spear gun. So it was tethered to a floaty. Personally, I'm not really a hunter, but I do love the ocean. I'm kind of a catch and release type of guy. But as I mentioned, this was a new experience, so I was excited about it, and I knew that my brother Adam would be too.
Oh, he would have loved that. He would have loved it immensely.
Oh, he would have been the first one on the boat and first one in the water. Yeah, he just loved life.
Adam explored himself and life to the fullest.
I'm not used to not seeing the bottom. Kind of freaky.
So when you're in 100 feet of water and you dive down 20 or so feet, it is a little discombobulating because you kind of don't know which way is which. So that was a little odd. Despite baiting the water and going to 2 separate dive spots, we were unsuccessful in catching a mackerel. We didn't even see one swim by. So after free diving, it was time to scuba.
Plan is gotta get down to the sand, drop some current of it, kind of roll in about 100 feet.
So we got some instructions from the instructor before gearing up. I'm not so skilled at scuba diving, so when I rolled off the boat to get into the water, I did a 360 and almost bumped my head on the bottom of the boat, but luckily I was okay.
That was fun.
He was loving and
Well, his loving is enormous, but when he was at peace, everything was at peace as well. His best traits is when he found peace himself. Love was his best trait.
For me, he was the person that always received you with a hug and a smile. Like so natural, and it just came from the heart. Oh, they were tight. And they were like, I'm tiny. So he was like all over me. So that was always nice to be received that way.
You walk down the street, any street that he frequented, and everyone knew his name, especially all of the homeless.
I've seen him take his jacket off and give it to somebody on the street.
Yeah, he cared a lot.
He was really the only one, if there was a special event in my life, he was the only one that would go out of his way, come see me, give me a special gift, whether it's a pen, whether it's a watch, whether it's a bag.
He got me a Wii for my birthday. I don't know how he knew I love video games, but I was an adult with 3 children. I love the thing. I play with Mike all night.
So when Kate and I got married, we got 2 travel bags because he wanted us to travel a lot.
He made you believe that you could achieve your wildest dreams.
he would help me with anything I asked. And always had flowers.
it's worth mentioning that my dad is 76 years old and he's a rock star in the water. So the diving adventure was over. We didn't catch anything, which was a bit of a bummer, but ultimately I was fine with it. Still, it would have been a really cool experience if we caught a mackerel. If Adam were here for one more day, what's something you'd want to do with him?
As a matter of fact, it might have even been a year ago today. At sunrise, when he went out in the kayak and asked me if I'd go. It's a little bit early. No, I wish I'd gone.
The last couple of days before his accident, we went diving, and I think we'd probably do the same thing.
I think we'd be on the boat or having a beer. That'd be it.
Just spend another day with him. Miss him a lot.
I would say everybody be together as a unit with him would be the ideal.
Oh, I want to go on an adventure.
You know what I would like to do? I would like to say yes to any plan he would come up with. Doesn't matter how crazy it sounded. Where do you want to go? Ride a camel in Egypt? Sure, we'll go.
I would probably want to go spearfishing with him, and he always wanted us to go skydiving.
We'd do the skydiving thing, I think, that we were supposed to do twice.
If it was on a personal level, what I would like to do, I think it'd be pretty awesome to go ride dirt bikes with Adam.
Whether you call it moments or whether you call it experiences, I think Adam wanted all of us to experience things, experience life, travel, see everything you can, and just check out the world.
He just enjoyed living. Maybe didn't spend money on things like belts or underwear or clothes, but he would definitely spend money on experiences.
After getting back to the dock, we decided to drive into Key West to grab a bite. We went to a place called Fogarty's on Duval Street.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. Mikey, cheers.
Despite seeing each other a couple times a year, it's actually rare for us all to be seated together for an extended period of time with my dad to just sit and chat.
It's time to go now.
We made it back home just after sunset.
Dad, thank you.
I flew my drone up just to get one last look at the end of my brother's birthday. And no birthday is complete without a cake and some candles.
So what I miss most is that he's not there for Mike. So that's what I miss, that Mike doesn't have that. And yeah, him being like older brother, oh my God.
God, he was a blessing. I miss him. I miss him terribly.
He treated me like a brother, and I feel a lot of the pain that Roz feels because she, how big of a part of her heart he was.
He was our family in Toronto. He lived just, not even 2 kilometers away. So I think that's kind of a whole.
I miss his desire to be really the man he wanted to be.
He was on a good path.
Adam and I talked a lot about spirituality.
He was helping me on my spiritual journey, and so I miss that. But I think actually now it can get stronger with where he is and where I am.
As a father, I don't think there could be any better father. He loved Alexander dearly.
Little man.
Hey, little man, there he is.
Called him little man.
And that's all he really thought about was looking after his son more so than anything else in the world. So he was a good dad.
How do you think he would be with little Elijah right now?
He'd be thrilled. What a blessing.
Elijah, your dad was pretty awesome, a unique man among men. You're gonna inherit parts of him. He's gonna live through you.
If your dad
Hi, I'm your daddy.
were here when you were born,
Yeah.
he would have been the proudest person. He'd probably come out, you know, carrying you like Simba.
The next day, we continued the celebration by sending lanterns into the night sky. But before that, all my nieces and nephews wrote messages to my brother.
Dearest Adam, we love you so very much. I miss you so much. I have always wondered what God looks like. You always think positive, and I love you. You are in heaven with the Holy Spirit. Inhale peace, exhale love. It's all inside of our heart. Hi, Daddy. I love you.
So that's it. That's how we celebrated my brother's 50th birthday. I miss him very much and hope to look back at this video to help remind me of that special day because my memory is not as clear or as good as his was.
It's strange, Mark, because Mark with the camera is just how we know him. He just walks around with a camera and he snaps photos. That's it. Ended just like that.